Hello everybody and welcome back to today's episode. So today, as you can see, we are starting off over here at the sell by. So yeah, what happened was the guys actually ran out of materials and they asked me to come and pick up a couple of things for them because they were a little bit busy this morning to do it themselves. So I hooked up the old little flatbed trailer and we came over here, and yeah, the people over here actually have got a new policy now. They've got a dedicated forklift operator. So the guy actually helped me load the stuff already this morning, and yeah, I kind of just double checked everything is nice and tight with the straps. So I think we are ready to go. So I had to obviously put this off for a bit. So there's been a little bit of rain in the past couple of days. So obviously I couldn't come and pick up the planks and stuff while it was raining, so yeah, it's why we are doing it this morning. So let's get back to the farm and see if these guys can actually continue with some work today. Obviously they couldn't work in the rain either, so the project is kind of at a standstill at the moment. So let's get these materials over to the farm as soon as possible so that they can continue with their work and hopefully get this garage built for us. Alright, and we are here at the farm, and I see the guys actually arrived, so they don't have anything yet to work with. So I guess they were just basically waiting on us to deliver the materials over here. So what I'm going to do is we are going to back the pickup truck with the trailer back to there, and we're going to see if they are going to help us obviously offload everything. So for today's episode we don't really have a whole lot of farm work going on, because as you guys know, we planted our oats field in the last episode, and yeah, obviously we did a little bit of work off camera as well. Not really much. We did the horses feed into the trough as well, and I actually did take the horses for a ride very early this morning, so I still need to clean them up. And yeah, I think the guys should see the truck there now, so they should be able to offload everything what they need. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a walk around and just see quickly what is happening. So the cow pasture actually has got some pretty decent meadow growing now that the weather is starting to look a bit better, and so does the horses. They also have got a little bit of meadow going on, so yeah, I think that is pretty good. We just need to quickly pop in here. Alright, so let's get our trusty old brush out. Alright, come on boy. Let's brush you down a bit. Alright, Spirit is doing very well. He actually, I actually managed to get him to jump over the fence when we go for our, little routine ride. So he's actually getting quite fit actually. And Buddy over here, yeah, he's a little bit of a slow one. He's taking life a bit easy. Trying not to push him too much to his limits. But yes, he's all nice and clean again. So I think that is good. Alright, so let's take a little bit of a walk around further. We've got the grass field. It's actually growing quite well. As you can see, the grass is a little bit longer now than it was in the last episode, so it's definitely getting there. And then as for the oats field, which you will be pleased to know, I actually have got 0 weeds growing on it. So I think the fact that the field was actually withered did us a bit of a favor there. So everything kind of died already. There was nothing for it to really produce any weeds or anything as such. So we've only got this beautiful oats field starting to grow, and it is hopefully going to give us quite a decent yield, although it's not a very big field. I think it should suffice in feeding our horses, obviously. So yeah, what is going to happen today is Aubrey actually organized something for us today. So as you guys know, I usually spend my time driving up and down to various places picking up equipment. So today he actually hooked me up with a semi-truck and a trailer that we are going to borrow for collecting a couple of pieces of equipment, which is actually a very big deal. So yeah, let's take a walk over there and just go and check on him and see how they are doing. Alright, so there we go. So the guys actually offloaded all of the stuff from the pickup truck, and also the trailer is empty, so that is good. And yeah, I did confirm with Aubrey the the semi and the trailer is available today, so we can go ahead and go and pick that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little Massey Ferguson tractor with us today. Seeing as we are going to be collecting some farm equipment, obviously I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to try and pick up today. So I've been browsing around on the internet looking for some good deals on equipment that we are going to need for our grass field. So obviously we need to get onto these pieces of equipment as soon as possible. We don't want the same thing to happen that happened to the John Deere tractor over at Grandpa Walter's. So what I'm thinking is we're going to use the Massey Ferguson. We're going to take it with us. We're going to load it up onto the semi truck, and then once we get to our various destinations and we get the equipment, we're just going to use the tractor to load it up onto the trailer. So I guess you guys can see more or less where this episode is going to. It's going to be me driving a semi truck, picking up some more equipment for our farm. So we're going to leave the guys to it, and hopefully by the time we get back we would have seen a little bit more progress on this thing. So Aubrey tells me he is kind of in the final stages of this garage of ours. But yes, without any further delay, let's head over to Aubrey's neighbor's house. It's quite a bit of a drive, so I think I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
In a small town down a dirt road where the sun caresses the sky, you'll find farmers from all walks of life, sharing dreams that never die. Whether their pockets jingle or are bare, they plow the fields they cherish. Their hands the same, their hearts in tune, with a harvest that won't perish. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. In the morning mist, they rise as one beneath the sprawling sky. With calloused hands and hopeful hearts, they watch the seasons fly. Rich man's grain or poor man's corn, a masterpiece in every dawn. The sun may set, but hearts remain bound together in a farmer's name. Some have fields that never end, some patch a plot of ground, yet when harvest...
Alright guys, so here we are. So this is in fact Aubrey's neighbor. You can actually see Aubrey's Toyota Land Cruiser in his under his carport over there. So this is where Aubrey lives. And apparently his neighbor across the road from him over here owns this semi-truck with this low bed trailer. And it looks like this guy's a bit of a Chevrolet collector, because he's got all sorts of Chevy pickups here. So actually let's have a little bit of a look around. I don't want to end up being a trespasser here or anything, but yeah, he's got an older model. I think this is a C10 or a K10, I'm not entirely sure. That over there is a little bit of a later model than the Chevy Silverado we've got, I think. Oh, this one is the cab and a half, as they would say. And then he's got a fairly newer Silverado in the shed over here. So this is probably like a 2006 model. So I actually wonder what the guy actually does to all of these Silverados. If he's got like a repair shop or something, considering he's got the lowboy trailer and all that. So yeah, I guess let's go and knock on the door and see if the guy is here, and just see if it's fine, if I can actually find the front door. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go around here. Alright guys, so we've got the keys to this beautiful beast we see before us. So this is a International Transstar 2 semi. It's just a day cab, it's not anything fancy. Alright, so let's hop on into this thing. So the guy, his name is Luke. He tells me that I should just fire it up so that it builds a little bit of pressure so that the brakes can release, because obviously everything is air controlled. Now we've got some fairly decent view out the back window, so it should be fine. And I did hear a little bit of a noise there on the brake, so it sounds like there might be enough air pressure. I don't know if that is the gauge over there, I've got no idea. But I suppose yeah, we should probably try and loosen the parking brake and see if it actually starts moving. Alright guys, it is actually, yeah, so looks like the brakes are actually free. So we are going to leave this running a bit, and I'm obviously going to load the little Massey Ferguson tractor onto the trailer first before we hook up to this thing. Alright, so let's just leave it over here, leave it running a bit. Alright, I'm going to try and see if I can get the tractor over here loaded up onto the trailer. Alright, let's fire her up and we're gonna move it. And yeah, this is actually a very interesting low bed trailer. Alright, and there we go. So I'm not sure how many pieces of equipment we're gonna be able to fit onto this trailer, but I guess it'll at least be a little bit better than driving up and down getting everything, you know, one at a time. Alright, let's jump back into the semi. We are going to back up and obviously hook up this front part of the semi trailer to the actual trailer there. And yeah, everything still seems to be connected up properly there, so I guess we'll only know once we start towing this thing. Right, let's get this thing lined up to the best of our ability. Alrighty, and just like that, we've got it hooked up, and yeah, it's actually sitting very low. So I just hope it's going to actually not give us any problems. Well, it seems like it's actually doing the job. Alright guys, so I've come up with a plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the main road. We are going to hopefully be able to park the semi up there next to the gas station, and then I'm going to see if I can get the Massey Ferguson off the trailer, and then I'm going to drive to the client wherever, or the seller of the item, and we're going to obviously inspect the item first, and if I'm happy I will pay them for it and hook it up to the tractor, and we'll just bring it closer to the semi. Alright, so now this is going to be quite a wide turn. So let's see if we can take this turn nice and wide. Alright, I just hope the gas station won't have a problem with us parking the big rig over there. I think it should be fine. I mean, truckers are usually stopping at a gas station for all sorts of things. Sometimes they even sleep overnight in their trucks in front of the gas station. So I think that is it. We are going to disconnect this front part again. Is going to pull the semi a little bit out of the way. Alright, let's just park it up over here. Alright, so let me see if I can actually go and find this tether that we are here for, because apparently Aubrey's neighbor has got a tether, well, one of his neighbors, that he wants to get rid of, so yeah, that'll be a good thing. Alright, let's see. Alright, hopefully the truck doesn't lose his air for the brakes and stuff. So I guess we'll only find out once we get back to it again. Alright, but let's go see if we can find this this tether. Alrighty guys, so I did notice this is the actual address where we need to come for the tether. And I think that is actually it, parked over there along the side. And they do have got this little blue tractor here. I've got no idea what this is. Oh, it's a Japanese tractor. It's a, I think it's called an Isiki. I'm not too sure. But let's see if we can... My goodness, this is a little bit of a high step. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's knock on the door. Alright guys, so I had a word with the owner and he says we can actually drive around. And at the back there's also access to where we can have a proper look at this thing. Alright, so we're just going to go basically one street up. Alright, stop sign. Let's just see if there's any vehicles coming. It looks clean. Alright, I see. This is the driveway. Alright. Yeah, they didn't just want to move their little tractor. Alright, let me just hop out quick and have a look at this thing. Alright, well, this thing actually looks to be quite new. So I'm not too sure exactly why they are selling it. It's probably something that they bought and they're not using it, or maybe they bought the wrong thing, because I know a lot of people might confuse a tether with a windrower. So yeah, let's just see if we can agree on a price for this thing and maybe negotiate it down a bit, because I'm going to be buying a lot of stuff today. Alright guys, so we just paid for our first piece of equipment for today. So the tether is now our property, and I'm just going to try and back it up and see if we can actually connect up to this thing. I mean, everything should still work quite well. Alright, and just like that, the little tether is connected. And now we need to get back to the semi-truck and see if we can load this piece of equipment on the back of the tractor. So this guy said I could have used his tractor to load it up, but yeah, it's not always the case where you go to a place and they've got a tractor. Sometimes people keep their tractors on a different place, and you end up obviously needing a tractor to load these implements onto your low bed or whatever you've got there to transport the stuff with. Alright, so I'm gonna probably have to back up to this and see if we can drop it down right at the back, and then we'll continue our journey over to the next destination, which is yeah, I think it's a place where I'm going to find 2 implements. Alright, we'll put it there. Let's just hop out and get a strap on this thing before it decides to run away. Alright, so that is good, and I think the tractor is also fine just where it is. Let's just strap it down again. Alright, yeah, I can already see this is going to be a very busy day for us. Alright, let's get back into the truck and get the trailer hooked up again, and then we can actually be on our way. And hopefully this isn't going to be a big issue in navigating tight turns again with this thing. Alright, let's get back. Alrighty guys, so we are finally on our way again. So the next pickup of, well, pieces of equipment we're going to go pick up is actually a baler that I found. And the guy actually has got a windrower as well, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be taking this specific windrower. I might have to just have a look at it at first. And there was also another guy not too far from the animal dealer that has got a baler as well, that I wanted to go and have a look at first, which is actually along the way. towards the guy with the baler and the windrower. So I think let's make our pit stop over here. Just gotta figure out exactly where this place is. So they told me it's literally just off from where the animal dealer is, which is actually back there. So I'm gonna have to try and make this turn with our super long semi truck here. And now we've got a school bus also coming. Alright, well, hopefully we don't catch any trees there. Okay, looks good. Alright, so let's just see if we can track this guy down with this baler and see what it's all about. I think we should probably pull in here rather. Might have to give this guy a phone call. Alright guys, so as luck would have it, it's actually just up ahead around this turn where the guy lives. He said he could see the semi just by looking out of his window. Alright, so this is a nice quiet street, so I think it should be fine if we park up here. And yeah, I think I did see something there in the back of the yard. Alright, we're gonna do just park up here. Let's quickly hop out and see. Yeah, looks like we are going to be causing a little bit of drama here, but that's okay. Right, let's just see this thing. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the little baler. And yeah, I think this is one of those that actually creates the little thin bales, which is not exactly what I'm looking for. The price is definitely right on this thing, but yeah, I think this is going to be a very hard pass for me. So I'm just going to thank the guy for his time, and then we can be on our way. And then obviously we'll go and pick up the other baler, because the price is definitely right. So I'm just going to thank the guy for his time quickly. Alright guys, so let's quickly get back in the truck, because we've got quite some distance to travel now. And if I'm not mistaken, we need to actually get onto the road that goes towards Henry's house, which I'm just trying to figure out now, which is going to be the easiest way for a big semi-truck like this. I think if we hang a right over here and just follow the way all the way down, we should be fine. Just gotta take it nice and wide. Alright, everything is still fine back there, which is good. Alright guys, so this is the address that they gave me, and I think there's an entrance up ahead. So we're going to try and pull off to the side of the road over here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I guess we will try and figure it out. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do this time round, I'm going to leave the semi here. We've got our hazard lights on, so hopefully traffic won't get backed up behind us. Alright, we're gonna just take a walk over to the house. Is this the entrance? Yeah, this is gonna be impossible for the semi to get in here. Well, it looks like somebody's home. There's a car over there. Oh, there we go. Alright, so there's the baler and the windrower, which is a good thing. Now at least we know we are at the right place. Alright, well, let's see if we knock on the door and, yeah, obviously tell them we are here to have a look at the baler and the windrower. Alright guys, so I actually had a word with the owner of these two implements, and he said that the baler is quite old, but it's definitely in great working condition. It comes with kind of a full roll of twine still. I don't think he actually used the new roll that was on there, but yeah. As for the windrower, this is not a very big windrower. It might be good for a start, just to get started with. So I think if yeah, it doesn't work out for us too well, we could always upgrade the windrower. So for the moment, I think the price for the pair is actually not too bad. So I'm going to go and fetch the tractor. So I told the guy if I come back up here with the tractor, and then I will come and have a word with him and obviously pay him. So let's go and get our Massey Ferguson off of the trailer again. Alright, so I disconnected the trailer and we've got the semi obviously now pulled forward a bit, and yeah, let's see if we can get the little Massey Ferguson off of the trailer once again. I think I just strapped it down over here. Alright, let's hop in. And now this is going to be the true test of my skills to see if I can actually get the baler and the windrower onto this trailer. Otherwise we're going to have to either come back for the one or the other, because we still need to bear in mind we need to take the Massey Ferguson with us. So yeah, this might be a little bit of a challenge, but as you guys know me, I like a little bit of a challenge, so we're gonna try and see the best, see if we can do this to the best of our ability. Alright, so just quickly have to pop in and pay the guy for the pieces of equipment, and then we can obviously get it loaded. So let's get this sorted out once again. Alright, so that is sorted. So I paid for both the implements, or the baler and the windrower. Alright, so this is going to be the make or break of this. I'm not sure how many pieces of equipment we can still fit on the trailer, but we are going to see. Alright, so let's hook this one up first, the smaller one, the little windrower, because that baler is quite big. Alright, so I was just thinking now, worst case scenario, if we cannot fit the Massey Ferguson straight onto the trailer after loading the baler, I might actually ask the guy if I can leave the Massey Ferguson tractor here while I quickly go back to the farm, drop everything off, and then I can obviously come back for the tractor a little bit later on. Maybe even with the truck and our little car trailer. Alright, so there goes the truck, he's passing us. Alright, well, yeah, it's a little bit of an inconvenience for people to pass us like this, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to fit the baler and the tractor on here. Alright, let's just hop out. Yeah, I think the baler might be the last thing we're going to be able to load onto this thing. Alright, let's get the tractor off again. Go and grab the baler, and I think we're going to arrange so that we come and pick up our little tractor a little bit later today. Luckily we do have got the dude's far tractor back at the farm to offload everything with, so that is no big deal for us. And my goodness, this guy's actually got a very weird driveway. Alright, so the baler is connected up, and now we're gonna go and see if we can get this thing loaded up. Alright, I see we've got a school bus incoming, so we've also got a pole here we need to be careful of. And I really don't want to drive into this guy's crop, but I think it's going to be the only way for me to do this over here. Alright, there we go. There's the school bus. Alright, let's see if we can turn it sharply enough. Alright, let's just see if we can see anything in our mirror over that side. Alright, yeah, this might take a try or two. An attempt or two, as they would say. I will kind of you can kind of see the ramp on that side. Okay, we need to go a little bit more to our to the right, obviously, left from where we are now. Alright, let's try it like this. Yeah, we're kind of blocking the traffic here, but that's okay. They can just give us a second to sort this out. I think that is going on. Right, are we completely on? Is that how far it's going to go back? Yeah, I think that is actually good enough. I just hope our connection can still be connected. Alright, let's see how we did. It might not be ideal. Alright guys, let me do a little bit of rearranging here quickly. I think it's in order. Alright guys, so there we go. I've managed to get everything onto the trailer. So our baler is right at the end of the trailer at the back now. We've got the windrower just over there. And then I tucked the tractor right up against to the little front piece here. We're actually pushing quite down on that tire over there, but I think it should be fine. And then obviously the tether is pushing against the connection of the truck over there, but that is also fine. So yeah, I'm just hoping everything will be fine back there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump in now, going to make our way back to the farm, because I think we've collected everything that I wanted to pick up today. I'll just check my little list again and see if there's anything else that we can actually go and do today. So yeah, with no delay, let's get back to the farm. Alrighty, so here we are back at our farm, finally. It was quite a little bit of a nerve-wracking drive with this big old semi. So we've got everything kind of, ready to get off of the trailer once again. So I just need to undo a couple of straps here. and then we should be able to start offloading these implements one at a time. So there was one other piece of equipment that I wanted to get, and that is basically a weeder, but it's not really just necessary as yet, as I said, because we don't have any weeds on our fields. And yeah, it looks like some of our equipment is going to have to start standing outside, obviously until we have got our garage completely built. Alright, which way is this trailer going? Straight into the greenhouse, which is not good. Alright, let's see if we can actually make this turn all the way here. Yeah, so the old Chevy Silverado's power steering is starting to become a little bit of a problem, but it still kind of works. So I'm not going to yeah, obviously try and do anything about it until it starts really giving problems. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can actually get the tether offloaded first, guys, because it's obviously at the back of the tractor now. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to explain this, but the tether actually turns the grass over so that it can dry out, and that way you can make your hay bales. So the baler that we've got is a fairly decent sized square baler, and I think that is going to give us some decent sized bales, at least for feeding our cows and our horses. And then obviously we are also going to still have a look at getting a bale wrapper for the silage, but that is going to open a whole other can of worms. Obviously transporting the hay bales is going to be something else we have to do, but the silage bales, I'm not too sure what kind of yield we're going to get off this field and how many bales we're going to produce with our little baler, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there, as they would say. Whoops, we got a little bit of a wheelie. There we go. Alright, so that is coming off nicely. Alright, let's see where we're going to put this thing. We can probably put this in front of the Dude's Far tractor for now, or maybe in front of the trailer. I think, yeah, let's do that. So luckily I didn't have to leave the Massey Ferguson over at the guy's farm, so that is always good. Okay, so the last but not least, as they would say, is the baler, which I'll probably have to use the Dude's Far tractor on once we start using it, because the Massey Ferguson is also a little bit underpowered for it. It's good enough for just moving it around up and down the yard, so that isn't too bad then. Alright, come up here, girl. There we go. Alright, I nearly forgot, we've got some straps down here still, so I nearly started driving this thing and it would have actually caused a bit of an issue. But there we go, now she's free. Alright, let's get her off of here. Nice and easy. Alright, so as for the baler, yeah, I think we're just going to try and get it into the barn at least. So as for the truck and trailer, we are going to be using that as well to go and pick up our combine harvester. So yeah, Luke actually agreed to let me use the truck for the whole weekend, so we're not going to have to return it in this episode. I will probably do that only, yeah, when we are done with it and we've got the combine harvester back at the farm as well. But yeah, that is going to be quite a bit of a road trip, and I'm going to have to fill the truck up with diesel again. So I guess yeah, we're going to obviously need some more diesel in this little canister of ours. But okay, so now that we've got all of that equipment done, I think it's about lunchtime now. I'm just wanting to check up on the guys over here, how they are doing. So yeah, it looks like they started using the long planks for the cross beams, or yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but those are the slats in between the actual gables. I think those are called gables. So yeah, the trusses, I think that's what you call it. So they are busy building the trusses by the looks of it, so that is going quite well. Next up, I think they should start putting some of the roof tiles on, and I'm not sure the garage stores what they're going to do about that. They will probably construct their own thing. But yes, right now I'm going to take a little bit of lunch, and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I had a nice little lunch break. And then we are going to go see if we can actually fetch this weeder as well, because I think that is the only thing on my list left for today. I'll just have to check my list again. So yeah, some donuts. Alrighty guys, so yeah, I did have a quick phone call over to Grandpa Walter as well. You guys know he's got a landline only. So he says that we are actually good to go and pick up the forage wagon as well. So I'm just wondering if the Massey Ferguson will be able to haul it. I'm not too sure, so we might have to try and see if we can get the Dude's Far tractor out from here. So yeah, I think we're going to have to probably move the baler out of the way a bit, because now clearly I didn't think I was going to go and pick up the forage wagon as well. The guy for the weeder says he's going to be home a little bit later. He'll give me a call once he's back at his place. So I guess we will just have to wait for that call then. Alright, let's pull this baler out here again. So obviously we can't really test any of the equipment before we have cut our grass field. Speaking of which, I did clean up the mower as well. It is sitting just here behind the Dude's Far tractor, so it's quite crammed in here. But okay, we need to fire the Dude's Far up again. Alright, I should actually let this thing run for a bit before we start moving, but you know what? We'll just keep the revolutions low. We won't go crazy here. Alright, so we are going to go and pick up the weeder as well along the way if we can. Because I'm thinking if we can pick up the weeder, we can hook it up to the front, and then obviously the forage wagon will have to tow it behind the tractor. But now let's just put this thing back into the barn. I don't know if it's going to rain again. So this thing was luckily kept under a little shed. It's for the most of its life. You can see it's old and the paint still looks kind of decent, so I think it was just well taken care of. Alright, let's see if we can actually push this in a bit further. I'm not sure where the car trailer is. We probably might be almost touching it. Alright, let's see how far we can go back here. That was actually the windrow. I hope it didn't damage anything. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, so we'll leave the baler there. And I think the Massey Ferguson can just stay here for now. Alright, cool. That is good. Alright, so let's see if we can head over to Grandpa Walter's first of all. See what the story is with this forage wagon. Alright, so we are going to leave the Silverado with the trailer outside. I think it's probably going to have to stay outside for a couple of days until the guys finish the garage. And then once that garage is finished, I'm going to have to see what vehicles we're going to park where. So my thought pattern is hopefully all of the implements and stuff can go into the big red barn we've got, and then all of the tractors and maybe even the combine. I don't think the combine will fit in the garage. I'm not entirely sure, but I guess we'll find out once we get to that point. But yes, let's head over to Grandpa Walter's farm and see if we can secure this forage wagon. Yeah, luckily I know he didn't sell it yet, and I told him we are on our way, so hopefully he won't give it to other buyer that rock up there. So yeah, here's to hoping the best, but let's make our way over there and just see if it is our day today. Alright guys, and we are about to pull into Grandpa Walter's farm over here. And now that I'm looking at that trailer he's got over there, we actually need to start looking for a trailer of our own. But I was kind of thinking, yeah, we might actually start having a look around at getting a truck that has got a tipper at the back as well. That might also work quite well for us. Alright, but first let's have a word with Grandpa Walter about this forage wagon he's got. Alright guys, so we are here in Grandpa Walter's barn. As you can see, it's quite empty in here. He's only got the new tractor that he bought recently with the new forage wagon attached to it. So he's been doing a little bit of baling up, well, collecting some straw from another neighbor farmer of his yard. So I guess this is the old forage wagon that he had, and looking at it, there's not really a big difference, although this is considerably smaller. This is basically just going to be for our hay that we are going to be using for the animals. So my plan is to just collect the hay as well as the straw, so that we can actually go and maybe even sell the straw. Maybe somebody's going to be able to utilize it for something, because at the moment we don't really have a use for straw. But I think it might be worthwhile picking it up and actually storing it in our hay loft for the time being. Alright, so Grandpa Walter and I already came to an agreement beforehand, so we're just going to go and hook up to it. And then obviously we are going to be on our way, because while I was talking to Grandpa Walter, the guy actually did reach out to me for the weeder. So we are going to be able to go and pick that up as well. Alright, but first things first, let's just get our tractor reversed up here. Alright, so there we go. So our brand new, well, not really brand new, but new to us forage wagon is now connected up. It's looking a little bit dirty, but that's okay. We've got our fancy pressure washer back at the farm as well to clean this up with. So right now I'm going to head over to the guy who's selling the weeder's house. Yeah, I just need to try and figure out how I'm going to get there once again. It shouldn't be too difficult if I just more or less follow the directions that the guy gave me. So let's see if I can find this place. Alright, so here we are, and I believe that is in fact a tiny little weeder standing next to the tree over here. So yeah, I don't see any vehicles or anything here. I don't know if there's anybody going to be home. What is... oh, that's a coach builder over there. So I wonder if this is actually the guy that works there. So let's knock on the door and see. Alright guys, so there we go. So I had a little bit of a word with the owner of the weeder. Turns out this is actually his establishment. He's the coach builder as well. So he said he quit farming quite a while ago, and that the weeder is actually the last piece of equipment that he had laying around, and he obviously decided only recently to try and get rid of it. He said he's going to miss it because it's kind of like a nice yard ornament or slash decoration, but I think it's going to be a little bit more useful for us on the farm if we are going to need it. As I said, this is something that I got that isn't really very necessary at this point, but maybe for the future we might use it. And I'll just obviously see if this is going to be something that's just going to be standing around. We can always get rid of it again. Alright, so just like that, the weeder is connected up, and now I've got to be careful of getting this out of here. And we've got traffic coming. Well, at least now we know there's enough space for a car to fit past there, so I'm not going to crash into anything. Alright, let's see if we can find a spot where we can turn this thing around and head back to our farm. Or maybe we can follow this road. I guess we'll figure out something. Because now obviously I can't be on my phone with the GPS at this point. So we'll just try and see if we can make our way back to where we came from. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, this is the road that goes past the farmer's market. I might be wrong, so I don't know. Let's head down this road and just see where we end up. Hopefully we can get back to our farm from here. And I must say, now that I'm actually traveling past here, this weeder is actually obstructing the view a bit, but I can still see there's quite a bit of farmland out here, and this looks like it's mostly also grass fields. So I don't know if some of these fields are also for sale. I don't know who the owners are, but I think for the right price anything is probably for sale. Alright, yes, so this is the road past the farmer's market, so we are kind of going in the right direction. Whoa, there, I nearly missed the stop sign. Alright, but yes, let's make our way back to the farm still, and I'll catch up to you guys once we get there. Alright, so here we are back at the farm again, and yeah, that has been, it's been quite a bit of a busy day for me. Not really doing anything at the farm, but at least now I think we've got some fairly decent amount of equipment to actually start doing silage. We just need to get a bale wrapper, but I've been looking high and low and I can't seem to find one that's going to be wrapping the bales for us that we are going to be creating. So it looks like that might be a piece of equipment I'm going to have to order brand new from the dealership, but I don't think it's a real big problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up the yard a little bit. I'm going to let Aubrey and the guys obviously carry on today. So I don't know how far they're going to get today, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a nap, and then obviously I'm going to be leaving quite early in the morning, well, tomorrow morning, to go and pick up our combine harvester. So yeah, that is going to be where the road trip starts. So I think what I'll do is I'll take you guys with me for the first leg of the journey in this episode. So it's going to be basically just me hooking up the truck to the trailer again, and then yeah, obviously we're going to depart. It might be dark still because it's going to be very early in the morning, and then obviously we'll just make our way over to the gas station, get the truck filled up with diesel again, and yeah, that is going to be the start of our big road trip. So let me sort everything out. I'm going to obviously turn the camera off and go take a little bit of a nap, and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I'm ready to head off on this big road trip of ours. Alrighty guys, so it is now approximately 2:30 in the morning, and yeah, as you can see, it's actually not very dark. The sky seems to be bright, but I think that's just the moonlight. So I managed to get the Silverado into one of the garages, at least, but it's like straight up against the door, and it's also against one of the work tables in there. But yes, I think we are, yeah, it doesn't look like the high beams in this truck works. But yes, as I said, we are ready to embark on this journey now. So I'm going to take it nice and easy. I don't think there's going to be any traffic. Might be wrong, but it looks like some people might be traveling this time of the morning as well. But we are going to make our way over to the gas station. I think we'll stop at the one basically where we parked up with the semi earlier today, or earlier yesterday. Yeah, I'm a little bit mixed up with my times, you know, waking up so early and just taking a short nap. So we're going to stop at the gas station where we pulled over earlier, and then I'm going to obviously fill up the truck with diesel, and then we are going to be on our way. And then hopefully when we return, we've got a combine harvester on the back of this trailer. So yeah, I figured might as well make use of the opportunity while we've got the truck now. And yeah, there's definitely some traffic, so it looks like people drive like maniacs this morning, in the morning like this, so you gotta be careful, watch out for other people on the road. So like they say, don't look where you're going, look out for other people where they are going. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be quite a bit of a road trip. So luckily I did bring some music with me, so let's maybe pop a little bit of a song on there while we drive.
Sunrise breaking through the pines, radios humming, hearts alive. Truck bed loaded, bags all packed, nothing but the open road, never looking back. Faded jeans and worn out boots, highway sings its joyful roots. Wind in our hair, smile so wide, with every mile we taste the ride. Wheels on the gravel, stories unfold, every town we pass worth its weight in gold. Tunes on the radio, spirits are high, chasing that horizon under the big sky. Old diner stops, coffee's hot, simple joys, they're all we've got. Hometown stars in the night so dark, love in our hearts, lighting up a spark. In the signs and winding roads, life's a journey God only knows. Tunes and dreams steer our course, strong as the engine, powered by the force. Wheels on the gravel.
Alrighty guys, so here we are at the gas station, and we are just going to pull in here, fill up with diesel, and that is going to hopefully take us quite a fair distance. So I'm just going to note the mileage on the truck, fill in a little bit of a logbook here today, that we've traveled with the truck, so we can just keep things you know, sort of sorted for Luke. Alright, my goodness. Well, let's pump some gas, and yeah, hopefully we're going to be ready to head off on this super long epic journey for the weekend. Alright guys, so there we go. We are all filled up and ready to hit the road. So this is going to be quite a bit of a road trip for me. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be just the open road, and yeah, some good music. But I think that is also going to be where I'm going to leave this episode for today, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in once again. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. And then I will see you all in the next one.
Wheels on the gravel, stories unfold, every town we pass worth its weight in gold. Tunes on the radio, spirits are high, chasing that